everyone. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. I was hoping to be able to do a regular speaking video today, but my voice is still a little bit out, so I hope you don't mind me whispering for another video. By the way, thank you for all your kind words and well wishes and all of the positive healing energy you gave me in the comments on the last video. It seriously means more to me than I can put into words, and I just really do see and feel and sense the energy of each and every one of you beautiful souls out there listening. So thank you for co-creating and sharing this space here with me on YouTube. I wasn't planning on creating another video today because I just did that 2-hour pick a card reading yesterday. But I have felt a lot coming up today personally, and I've seen it coming up in the collective a little bit because I follow a lot of different Instagrams and I get suggested a lot of twin flame posts on my Instagram, obviously. And I noticed these channeled messages from other channelers, other creators coming through about intense fears and anxieties and points of healing coming up. And I found it really synchronistic because I felt personally a lot of really deeply seated traumas and wounds coming up. Things that I thought I had completely healed. It felt almost like when you really vividly remember these memories that you didn't even know that you had, kind of this sort of regression experience. It's kind of hard to describe, but I just wanted to check in and see if any of you have experienced some of these feelings, some of this resurfacing of wounds coming up for healing, resurfacing of fears or anxieties. Specifically, just because I know that's a bit general. To get more specific, I feel that for some people, this may be manifesting as feelings of wanting to go back, wanting to give up, wanting to forfeit all of your progress, whether this is in your personal life, in some kind of business endeavor, or specifically with your twin flame. For others of you, I feel like this may be surfacing as feeling not enough for this person, or as though you're not doing enough, or I feel like there's just some kind of self-judgment coming up here, and I'm hoping to read into all of this more specifically. These are just my general intuitive feelings about what is going to come through in this reading. But also I am feeling like, and this is kind of a separate message, but I'm feeling like there is a lot that is going unsaid right now. I don't know if this is on your side, you listening, or this is your divine counterpart. I feel like, depending, because I know this is a collective reading and the energy of these twin flame readings is always really mirrored. So it could be what you are experiencing or what your twin flame is experiencing energetically. But I feel like someone's twin flame isn't saying something out of fear. They're afraid to say something, but it's like right there on the tip of their tongue. It's something that they really, really want to say. And yet I feel like for many of you, this thing will go unsaid. I don't feel like it's going to be said very soon because there's some kind of huge block there. It's like I just feel this concrete wall coming up against saying this thing. So maybe this is you feeling like there's something you want to say that you can't say, or maybe this is your person feeling like they really want to tell you something. Either way, I really would like to read into that through tarot and energy oracle decks and through my own intuition. I hope that those messages do reach you through this reading. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by pulling some energy oracle cards just to give us an idea of maybe the general situation of the collective energy specifically connected to whatever kinds of weird or dark, I'm trying to find a specific word to describe it, heavy energies, these heavy energies that are being processed by some of us right now or that are coming up. But before I get into this twin flame reading, I just wanted to share with you really quick about my website and soul's passion project, Sound and Soulful. So as you can see on the screen, on this website I have created over 100 subliminal affirmations, meditation tracks for all areas of life. So personally, I tried using the law of attraction and various different manifestation techniques for years, but I really didn't see results very quickly. It would take a long time for things to manifest into my life until I started using subliminals. So within just a few weeks of starting to listen to subliminals, I started to see and feel and sense really dramatic transformations in my mood, in my energy, and ultimately in my life. So by listening to subliminals, I was able to reprogram my own unconscious negative thoughts, shift my energy, and manifest and attract many different things into my life, including my twin flame connection, which we are now in union, as well as manifesting a dream job. This was early on listening to subliminals. A few years ago, I manifested a much more passion-fueled career than what I had been doing previously, really within just a few weeks of listening. And I believe that this shift came largely in response to the major boost in confidence I experienced from listening to subliminals as well. So I have created subliminals for all different types of manifestations and shifts, including physical appearance changes, mood shifts like confidence and happiness, manifestation in love and relationships, and specific material manifestations like money or business success. But specifically for twin flames, I've created an entire section of subliminals just for twins. So those of you who resonate with the twin flame journey with this connection, I would most highly recommend my 7 chakra twin flame clearing subliminal. This subliminal is designed to clear out negative subconscious blockages that can prevent twin flame connection or cause a sort of block between twin flames. So to try out any of my subliminals completely free for 7 days, you can check out more information below in the description box or the pinned comment under this video. Okay, so I am just shuffling my favorite energy oracle cards deck, and one card already just jumped out at me. And of course, as always, you can set an intention if you choose to do so. It isn't necessary or anything like that, but I know that some of you really like to set some kind of clear intention for these readings. Okay, so I have 4 cards here that we're really wanting to come out. So I think we're going to just start there and see what happens from there. Okay, the first card I pulled for you is Journey. For some reason, I'm getting chills even as I think of this, but I heard childhood, and I feel like a lot of you are being taken on some kind of mental journey or emotional journey backwards, or it feels backwards. It feels like it's taking you down this winding path of places and experiences that maybe some of you don't want to relive, and this won't be all of you. This is just some of what's coming up right now in the collective, and this is actually specifically some of what I was feeling. Just some past memories from childhood kind of resurfacing in my mind and in my emotional body. And what I mean by emotional or energetic body any sudden memories or moments where you feel like you're looking back or feeling some kind of regression and feeling it in your body, know that you aren't alone in experiencing this, and that actually this is happening to you because it is time for these things to be healed. Sometimes we just store things, memories, experiences, pain in our body really unconsciously until we're at a place where we are strong enough to finally be able to transcend these wounds, to finally be able to heal them once and for all, which is why sometimes we can feel like we're doing really great in life, like we're making progress, and then all of a sudden something can resurface out of nowhere, even something that we thought we had healed or gotten over. This is because healing isn't linear. Oftentimes our soul kind of has this roadmap for healing that would look really roundabout to us if we could see it, but it is all for a divine purpose. Sometimes we just take these seeming detours or moments of feeling like we're backsliding, when really this is just our soul finally saying, okay, you're ready now to heal this, you're ready now to emotionally process this situation that happened to you a really long time ago. The second card is action, and this card is actually a picture of two horses moving forward, but for some reason my head, or maybe my intuition, saw one of these horses and it looked like a wall. I'm in a really dimly lit room, so I feel like this was actually me seeing a little bit through my intuition and sensing that some of you are feeling this wall to taking forward action. And I feel like this actually goes along with the journey. I feel like many of you feel like it's like one step forward and 3 steps back, feeling as though every time you try to move forward in action, you're getting blocked in some way. I haven't yet really gotten intuition as to how this might apply to your person, but hopefully more messages on that will come through soon. The third card I got is the Thinking Woman in reverse, and I remember this card coming up in the reading that I posted, the pick a card I posted earlier today. And to me, this card really signifies logic, and I feel like many of you are learning to release your ego, release your logic, release your overly analytical mind. But I feel like this card in reverse is really saying that you've actually been kind of stuck in your own head. And I do feel like this is connected with either the memories or the backsliding. I feel like this kind of healing situation for you, if you are resonating with this feeling of backsliding is being worsened by the self-judgment, because I feel like many of you are feeling these resurfacing wounds or points of pain, and then you're judging them and you're getting really in your head about them and you're feeling really analytical about them. And even with this action card, I feel like some of you are over-analyzing and thinking that you need to take some sort of radical action to fix yourself. And I just heard broken. Oh, I just felt this really emotional wave wash over me. I feel like some of you feel really broken when these pains, traumas, or wounds resurface, or this heaviness processes through you, and you feel like you're in need of some kind of fixing through some kind of radical action. You feel like you have to do something to fix yourself or change yourself, and you need to know that you don't have to do anything radical in order to heal. Your soul knows how to heal, your body knows how to heal. It's just like with me in this kind of sickness, or whenever any of us get sick, our body will naturally heal itself. Our body is always working towards healing, towards reaching a more healing state. That is just the way of our universe, the way that we are designed so beautifully. And you need to know that your energy body is designed the same way. You are designed to emotionally and energetically heal. And I saw like a broken heart, and I feel like some of you, regardless of what your current status is in romance or love or relationships, I feel like there are a lot of old wounds or heartbreak that are somehow coming to the surface for you, or coming to a head right now. And again, for some of you, these may not even be situations that you actively are in touch with, or like people. I feel like these are people from your distant past, people that you've long since lost touch with for the most part, or really disconnected from, or heart all over again. So whether this is a parent or a past lover or some sort of trauma or problem from your past, I feel like it's coming up and causing you to feel as though this situation is breaking your heart all over again. But you need to know that your heart isn't being rebroken. This is actually you in the process of healing, which again is really natural for you. It's just happening to you naturally. And the last card I got is strategy. But interestingly, when I flipped over this card, I instantly heard plan, and then I heard soul's plan. I heard that you need to know that all of this, everything I've just described, is all actually part of your soul's plan. And if you are a twin flame or divine counterpart, this isn't you backsliding within this connection. This is you finally being in a safe, strong place from which you are now capable of healing these wounds. And I feel like many of you, I just kind of saw, that phrase about seeing the forest for the trees or whatever, not being able to see the big picture. I feel like a lot of you have lost sight of the fact that you did choose this, that you did intend this for some kind of soul level growth, expansion, and evolution. The difficult thing to understand about our lives, because everything we experience feels so real to us, and of course it is real to us within this life, but at the same time, we do choose all of our circumstances. We choose our families, the communities that we want to be born into, the circumstances we want to be born into in this life for a reason, for our highest soul growth, expansion, and evolution. And the difficult thing about being a twin flame, because I know many of you are twin flames, is we choose an accelerated path. So oftentimes this means that twin flames especially will choose really difficult life circumstances, either circumstances individually, families that are very broken, societies that are very broken. They choose for difficult things to happen early on in their lives, or alternatively, they choose for there to be really difficult circumstances when it comes to their twin flame connection, seemingly impossible or unsurmountable obstacles that seem to be keeping them and this person apart. And of course, nothing can truly keep us apart from our divine counterpart, from the one that our soul is meant to connect with or be with. But from an ego perspective, these obstacles can often feel too difficult to overcome. And I just feel that someone out there listening needs to know that you chose this because you, on a higher level, knew that you were capable of getting through this, of processing through this, and you will make it through whatever you're going through, whatever you're feeling through right now, whether it's just some kind of emotional experience that you're processing that doesn't even make sense to you, or whether it is a literal physical obstacle, issue, or circumstance. Okay, so now since this is a twin flame love reading, and I haven't pulled any cards from my Romance Angels deck recently, I felt kind of inspired to pull a few cards from this deck. So what do the collective twin flames or divine counterparts need to know at this time in regards to the twin flame connection or anything else coming up in our lives generally? Okay, I pulled 2 cards, and I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I might pull more cards later. The first card I got is let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Yes, this really fits with a lot of what I was feeling, because I'm sensing that many of you are feeling really alone, and you're feeling like you have to be the strong one all the time, that you have to be the one to, I feel like many of you are healers, are sensitive people, are empathic people, are used to being a shoulder to rely on for other people, and you find it difficult to accept help and support from others emotionally or materially. But I'm actually hearing that you are being called to, I just saw someone kind of coming out of a cave, to open yourself to love and to support from other people, even connection with certain people in your lives. I know that this sounds kind of weird, but sometimes even mentally we can isolate ourselves and close ourselves off from others because we feel so different from the people around us. We feel so misunderstood that we can create or amplify that disconnection even within our own minds. And I feel like you're being asked to open your mind, even if you are seemingly alone right now, to just open your mind and heart to the possibility of being loved and supported by other people in your life. And I know this was kind of an obscure portion of the message. I'm not sure who needs to hear that or how it will resonate, but hopefully that reaches someone. The second card is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. That really, really hit home with me, and I feel like that will really strike a chord with many of you as well. Specifically, I feel like you need to trust that things are unfolding in perfect time, to release the need to take any kind of radical action to fix yourself, to fix this person, or to fix the situation, and simply relax into the healing that is happening, that is unfolding in its own time. I'm actually going to pull a few more energy oracle cards because I want to understand what you have to trust in this situation. I want to elaborate a little bit on this trust element to the reading. So what do those listening need to trust at this time? Okay, the first card I pulled is the 5th chakra, which is of course the throat chakra. So I feel like you need to trust in your ability to be supported in speaking your truth. That is what I'm hearing, because I feel like many of you have been, not all of you, but I feel like some of you have been a little bit shaky. You've been expressing your truth. You've been expressing the authenticity of your soul in whatever way that is for you, whether it's through your work or whether it's through your communication with other people. Something that you're doing that is causing you to really open your throat chakra, really move into your authenticity in some way. And I feel like there is this fear that you won't be supported for some of you. And I feel like this is your affirmation saying, as long as you are continuing to move forward authentically, you will always be supported by your guides, by the divine forces guiding your life. This is your soul's path, and it is a protected path. I'm also hearing the word protection. I feel like for many of you, there's a feeling of lack of security. It's like you're moving forward, but you still feel this kind of underlying anxiety. Okay. I'm going to try to pull a few more cards here. I want to know more about what you need to trust. Okay, so the second card I pulled was the Garden in the Gate. This card has came up so many times in my recent readings because I feel like it's really symbolizing this energy of finally unlocking the door to the metaphorical garden of our lives, to the manifestation of all of our hopes, dreams, wishes, and desires, moving through that locked door. And I feel like you need to trust that the doors will be open before you, that everything, your abundance, your connections in love, connections in friendship, whatever it may be, will all be opened ahead of you. I just saw someone walking through a maze full of doors. Kind of a weird metaphor, but this is just how I saw it in my head. And I feel like you have this fear that you're going to be locked out. Maybe locked out of someone's life, maybe locked out of your person's life. I just heard left out in the cold. I feel like there's this fear of abandonment that could be applying to love and romance to this person, or this actually could be even more broad. This could even be applying to feeling as though you're going to not have enough. I'm hearing that really strongly. This not enoughness, this feeling like you're not going to be able to heal enough, or heal fast enough, or give this person enough, or if this is connecting to you with your work. I feel like for some of you this may be fear of material lack, feeling like you're not going to have enough money, enough financial abundance to support yourself, not going to have enough of something. in your life, and you need to know that there will always be more than enough. There will be plenty, and all of the seeds that you've been planted, you can trust that they are taking root and they are going to bloom above the surface. But the third card I pulled for you is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck, and this is the Patience card. And I feel like this is telling you that yes, you are moving into your authentic truth with the fifth chakra card. Yes, the gates, the doors are opening before you with the garden and the gate, but also that you need to have patience. I feel like many of you are kind of in this limbo period where things aren't happening or aren't manifesting right away, but you're being asked to be patient at this time, and not just patient with these manifestations, but also patient with your own healing process. I'm hearing patient with yourself for many of you. There is this feeling of restlessness with your own healing that you're being asked to release, to know that I know I keep reiterating this, but it's such a strong message coming through, that everything is unfolding for you perfectly, that your healing, your path is unfolding perfectly, and it is safe to trust. It is safe to simply be patient and to allow all of this to unfold. Okay, so now I would like to pull a few potential messages from your person, because and this is specifically for those of you who resonated with the idea that there was someone that had something that they wanted to say to you, because I feel like many of you are intuitive, and I feel like a lot of you have this sense that your person or some person that is dear to you has something that they are afraid to tell you, but that they want to say. And I'm not sure whether or not this person will actually come forward and say this in words. I know that you are sensing it though, and I know some of you are resonating with this. So I'm going to just try to pull a few potential messages to get an idea of what this person is possibly trying to say. Oh, wow, okay, this gave me goosebumps, but the first card I pulled is What If? And it's just kind of left hanging, and I feel like for many of you this sentence almost finished itself in its head. I feel like there is a person, most likely this is coming from your twin flame or divine counterpart, unless there is someone else who is really strong in your energy field right now. But I feel like your person is... Okay, so there are a lot of different messages coming through, because of course this is a collective reading, so just take whatever resonates, but I'm going to channel as much as I can that's coming through. I feel like for some of you, this is a person that you're in separation with, and they're running through all of these scenarios in their mind, scenarios in which you were already together. Many of these are futuristic scenarios. Okay, I'm sorry, this is just someone coming through so strong right now. I don't know who this is, but for some of you, this may or may not be a divine counterpart. This actually may be some kind of a soulmate or someone you were really close with, but there is some kind of romantic lover from someone's past. I'm really thinking like an ex, and I'm really sensing that you were childhood lovers, or you knew each other in childhood or in your teen years or your preteen years. There's some kind of first love scenario here. And I feel like this person is looking back, like trying to connect the dots of how your relationship fell apart, and it's causing them a lot of really deep level sadness and grief. And I feel like okay, this is maybe just going to be one of you listening, but it's just so strong I have to say it. I feel like this person is connecting the dots, these imaginary dots from a past mistakes that were made, mistakes probably made on both sides. I feel like if this is resonating with you, this person, your relationship with them fell apart in a really kind of natural way. Like I heard the same way. This is really morbid, but the way that someone dies of old age, it's like your relationship died of old age, so to speak. And what I mean by that is it just kind of naturally reached its ending point. There was no real cause of death within your relationship in this metaphor. There was no real reason that either of you could pinpoint that it ended. It just ended for some reason, and it's only now that this person feels as though they're waking up from some kind of like years long. For some of you, it's been years, maybe it's been months, or maybe it's been like a decade, I don't know. But I feel like this person is feeling like they're waking up from some kind of years-long coma and suddenly realizing like for many of you, this could be a romantic soulmate from your past or even a karmic connection. I'm not at all saying that this is a person that you should let back into your life, because I don't know. I'm just letting you know this because for many of you, this person is really strong in your energy field, and I feel like you need to be aware that you may be, if you're feeling a lot of weird, sad, grieving energy, this may be actually coming from this person, because we can actually feel the emotions someone is feeling when they are thinking really intensely about us. So just because this is coming through so strong, I'm going to actually pull a few potential letter initials just to kind of clarify to anyone, if this is someone relevant to you, what this person's first or last name could be. Okay, I got LMBFEJ, and for some reason I just heard best friend. So this person, you could have had a best friend energy with this person, or felt really, really close to them. Like, in addition to the platonic or the romantic element, there was a really strong platonic bond between you. R, X, C, P as in pig, B as in boy, and Z as in zebra. So just because we got the letter X, I'm also feeling like this person could be an ex-lover. So just because we got the letter X, that really reiterates to me that this person could be an ex in your life, or an ex-lover or partner of some kind. It's, again, I'm only sharing this because I feel like this person's energy may be affecting the person who this message resonates with, but also this person may or may not be your counterpart. Only you and your own intuition can really tell who this person's energy is. I don't know as to whether or not this person should come back into your life, or whether you should invite them back into your life. That's really up to you and your own intuition. I'm just sharing this to inform whoever needed to hear that. So now that we're done with that kind of random love energy that was coming through, I do really want to channel some messages specifically from your divine counterpart or your twin flame. So from this point on, I am going to be specifically channeling collective messages. I will channel as much as can come through specifically, so just know that not all of these messages will resonate with you. They could just be meant for one single person, but I hope these messages reach who they are intended for. Okay, so the next card I got is I'm trying. I just heard that for some of you, I feel like your twin flame or divine counterpart feels as though they are letting you down. I feel like some of you have been really vocal. With the 5th chakra card that I pulled earlier, you've been much more vocal about expressing your truth and expressing your needs, maybe even within this relationship, maybe even setting stronger boundaries with this person, or raising your expectations, or being more vocal about how you feel. And I feel like this person has sensed you growing stronger and has felt, I just saw someone like trying to keep up. I feel like this person either consciously or unconsciously realizes that you're healing and growing and really stepping into your own, and they feel as though they're trying to keep up with you, but they're feeling kind of breathless. They're feeling like they can't keep up, and this is causing them anxiety. And I feel like for many of you, this person may or may not be expressing this. I feel like some of you would be surprised to know that this is even affecting this person, because they seem very stoic on the outside. They may not be saying this to you in words, but they do want you to know that they really are trying. They are trying to move forward, trying to heal, but they have a lot left to work on, and they are aware of this. But they are feeling this guilt for not being able to keep up with you in whatever way this applies. Okay, so I'm going to try to pull a few more messages from your twin flame or divine counterpart. Okay, I knew this was going to come out, but I pulled the card You Know Me Already. So I feel like for some of you, this is just clarifying to you. I feel like some of you have had doubts as to whether or not this person is your divine counterpart or twin flame. And this person on a higher level, I'm talking on like a 5th dimension, higher self soul level, is kind kind of laughing lightheartedly and saying, like, teasing you a little bit, saying, like, you're experiencing all these doubts, but you already know who I am. You already know in your heart and soul that I'm the one for you, that I'm your person. You already know this. And again, this is all I'm talking from your twin flame's higher self right now. So they're kind of on the surface, on the 3D, they may or may not be consciously acknowledging your connection, but on this higher level, they're kind of laughing and saying, like, we already know each other, we've always known each other, and they're kind of thinking about how, or teasing about how the doubts we experience in the 3D are so insignificant compared to the depth of the love that our soul knows to be true. And the second card that I pulled for you is, I am stuck in my head. And I feel like for some of you this will apply actually to your energy, because earlier we talked about someone being stuck in their ego and their overly analytical mind. But for others of you, this will be, I just heard, and that's why I'm not taking action. So I feel like some of you have been questioning why your person hasn't been taking some kind of forward action within the connection. And I feel like this is them on a higher level trying to tell you that the reason they haven't been taking action is because they are in their ego, they are in their overly analytical mind. And I wanted to say fear. I feel like there's a lot of fear coming up here, but it's because of the ego. The ego is causing them to be afraid. Maybe they're afraid of losing something or of letting go. These structures of the ego that are built up around them or in their life, whether this is a family that they created, someone that they married before they met you, a relationship that they built from ego before they met you, or a career that they may be keeping you apart in some way, like maybe one of you works on the other side of the world or something like that, and this ego-based job is keeping you from connecting. Again, these are all just really random, specific messages just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But I feel that you will know, however this applies to your person, because I feel like many of you listening, you feel torn because there's this part of you that knows, this soulful part of you, your higher self, that knows that this person is only afraid, and you feel empathy for them, and you understand that they are just in their own head, in their own ego, and that they are scared. But there is this other very human, just as real part of you that just wants to be held, that wants to be loved, that wants to be supported, and you shouldn't feel guilty for having that part of you. We are both human, physical, and soul, and there's nothing wrong with having those human needs and desires, and in fact, those are meant to be fulfilled, meant to be manifested. It's only natural to desire that manifested physical evidence of your love relationship. But I feel like many of you are feeling torn between that, knowing that you have in your soul about this person and the way that things look with them right now on the surface. And there's this part of you, for some of you, that wants to just write them off and say, oh, they must not care, they must not love me, they must not want to be with me. But then in your heart and soul, you know, you can see so clearly that they're just stuck in their own head. But I feel like there is this kind of vacillating back and forth between what your ego is thinking and what your soul knows to be true. So take that message however it resonates with you. I would like to pull a few potential messages from the Lover's Oracle deck. Okay, so I'm shuffling the cards now. These are also going to be messages from your person. Okay, the two cards I got that just fell right out were reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So I feel like how this applies is that I feel like this is reminding you that space, emotionally, physically, or mentally, whatever it may be, with your person, with your divine counterpart, is all a perception of the ego, that you are always fully connected and supported on a higher level, on a fifth dimension level with this person. And it is okay for there to be periods of separation. In fact, sometimes this is necessary to your own healing or growth, because I feel like someone who is listening gets in their ego and feels are even with this person, but you feel alone in their presence, or even when you're together with them, or even when you're talking with them. For others of you, I feel like you aren't in communication, and that's what's causing you to feel alone. And first of all, these feelings of loneliness are really, really valid. And I'm not saying that you should judge these feelings or try to shove away these feelings, because they are valid, real, and human, and that human aspect is so important to our existence and our soul growth. But I'm being told to guide you to allow the space to exist. Even though it is causing you some kind of pain, it is also causing some kind of healing, shift, and transformation within this connection that is necessary. And I'm also being told to say that you can trust that there is connection within the space. You can trust that just because there is space doesn't mean that there isn't connection. I know that's a little bit of an abstract message, but I do feel it is exactly what someone needed to hear right now. And the second card I pulled is wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course, which really ties back into the patience card that we pulled earlier. I feel like there's this real emphasis on this theme of being patient, of waiting, of allowing things to unfold. So if you were thinking of jumping into some kind of radical action mode, this may be a time to pause and to first reflect, to first turn inward and really try to peel back the layers of illusion, the illusion that the ego creates in our life and in our relationships, and really get to the heart of how your soul, how your intuition is speaking to you on the deepest levels of your being, rather than fixating on what's happening in the physical 3D manifested world or in the physical connection with this person at this time. Okay guys, so that is all I have for you today in this reading. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps boost my videos in the YouTube algorithm. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post high vibrational content to keep your vibration up all day long. If you resonated with me, then you may also resonate with the 7 chakra twin flame clearing subliminal meditation I've created. To try out this subliminal or any subliminal I've created, you can try them out completely free for 7 days when you create a trial account on my members only website, Sound and Soulful. So all of that information will be linked below in the pinned comment and in the description box. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.